Welcome to all. Right now we are going to discuss in this video the data analysis by using Pandas. Here we are going to discuss 8. Firstly, this is a data set. We have the spam email data set. We are going to do the data analysis for this data set. First, we need to understand the data set initially before to do the analysis process. How many rows and how many columns there, and first you must have a basic understanding about your data set. Then only you could able to do the data analysis. That is a very initial process as a data analyst. Here you see that in this data set which contained more than 10 number of columns. By the way, here it more than 1000 number of rows available here. It is impossible to analyze by to understand as without any analytical tool. Okay, so first you have to see how many what kind of columns are there. First to enlarge the entire column, first the email ID, subject, so this is a mail subject, this is the email text, and the number of words available in each email. For example, this is the text for your email, this which contain 19 words, and the number of characters, this is a 114 characters are there, and number of exclamation marks. Okay, if you have any exclamation marks in your email, it is denoted to the. So this is already pre-trained data set in my perspective. For example, as a you have to do it yourself separately for in general. Okay, but in this data set already have this detail. Okay, for example, these informations are very essential to do the data analysis for yourself. And number of links, how many links are available in your data set for your mail. For example, in this data set it which contain 2 links and no suspicious link, and number of attachment available in your mail has attachment or sender email address. So this is a sender email address. So this is very important to do analysis of your given mail ID. Your given mail is a spam or legitimate email, and the sender domain, sender email and the sender domain both must be similar to each other, then only this is considered as the original email. So here you see that this is a sender mail and here the sender domain, so both are matched to each other. And the sender reputation score, and email hour, which time is actually the email sent to you, and email day. So this is what mean by the 3, which means for example the 0 which means Monday, 1 means Tuesday, 2 means Wednesday. So just like that they are considered here. And if it is in a weekend, then only it is gives you 0 or 1. Okay, 0 means it's not a weekend, 1 means they send to you in a weekend, which means Saturday or Sunday. And number of recipient, how many recipients are there, and contain money terms in your mail ID, so in your message, maybe that is for suspicious mail. For example, most of the spam mails for to theft your money as well. Okay, and contain urgency term in your mail, maybe this is also important. Why? Because some of the spam emails urge you, okay, click it quickly, the given offer will be end soon. So just like that urgency, it may contain in your mail ID, in your mail content that is may be suspicious. And finally the label. Okay, the label 0 or 1. So this is it, we have to define. For example, the label 1, which means this is not this is defined that this is not a free mail ID. For example, outlook.com and yahoo.com, these are all denote to you that 0. Why? Because these are all the mail IDs are free mail ID, it's available. And here these are all the personal owned domain. Okay, so this kind of domain which define that here 1. So this is our data set. So you have to know, you have to understand the data set. And here you see that it's nearly 10,000 rows are available in your data set. Why? Because so this is the data set. So right now we are going to do the data analysis by using Python pandas. Okay, so first ever you must need to understand your data set. Okay, so here this is a subject, it's not it is maybe spam. Okay, been big now, it's maybe the spam. So right now we are going to analyze it. First here I prepared the code for you. For example, if I type it one by one, it takes a lot of time, so that's why I already prepared the code. So right now I just copy the code and execute it, okay, into you. First you need to import pandas as pd and numpy as np. Here pandas at pd and numpy as np, right? And now you need to load your data set to the system. Okay, here you are going to load your data set. It's perfectly loaded. So if you want to know does it perfectly loaded or not, here you just type the variable name here. It shows you the entire data set. So there are 10,000 rows are there and 20 columns are available here in your data set. Okay, right. And now here we are going to check out our given data set. You see, this is gives you the shape of your data set, which means what is the shape of your data set? 10,000 rows and 20 columns. That is the shape of your data set. And next, how many columns are there? There are 20 columns available in your data set, you have seen here. So the 20 columns, so this name is listed here, the column ID listed here. And the data type, okay, you have to know what type of data is represented in each column. So that is very important to analyze your data set. For example, here the email ID which represent here by using number. Okay, why? Here you see that there is in this email ID, this field gives you represent by the number, serial number. And here the subject it's provide to you the by object. Okay, here the subject is the object, which means that in Python the character is considered as the object. Okay, that's why. And the email text is also the subject, and the number of words it's uses in a integer 64 data type. Okay, and here we are going to discover here this is gives you the detail of the head, which means the entire data set, the first 5 rows. Okay, here you see that the entire data set, the first 5 rows, this is a column of your data set. But it is quite hard to understand, right? Because it's not a clear view. At the same time, your data set which contain so many number of columns, that's why it is not a clear view. So we need to avoid this. You have to go with the matplotlib. Okay, here you have a matplotlib command. Okay, first we are going to import matplotlib as a matplotlib. Okay, and this is a display, how to display your rows and columns and everything else. It is defined here. It is integrate with the pandas. Okay, right now everything was set up properly. So now you are going to load. Right now you have to check it out again, rows and columns, and where is it? Yeah, here, df.head. Okay, you see that the same code, but here you can see it look like similar as Microsoft Excel, so it is quite a pretty view to understand it. Okay, so that's why here the matplotlib basically we used for data visualization, so I will explain in the next video. So what is the code? Which this code, it gives you the list of 10 first 10 rows of your given data set. Okay, usually it start with the 0, so 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, and what is the mean by tail? It gives you the last 5. It gives you the last 5 rows of your data set. And here you see the information of your data set. The information, it gives you the detailed information of your entire column name. Okay, so the null count, the data type, column, and the data, what type of data is this. Okay, so there are 20 columns available. So this is a column name, and what type of data type is this which represented. Okay, here you can see how many integer and how many objects and how many floating point. Okay, here you see that one floating point variables you have, so that is the sender reputation. And describe, so the describe which gives you the detail of your entire data set, but in this case we are actually work with the spam analysis. In this case it is useless, but if you go and work with another kind of data set, it's very useful. For example, within a simple code, it gives you the most of the valuable answers you have. For example, here the count, how many email ID count, and for example here the entire columns, it's listed, the all of the column names are there. So here it gives you the total count for each and the total mean, the entire mail ID mean, for number of links means. So it's a standard deviation and minimum, which one is a minimum, one row which contain a minimum 0 value, and this is a max 25%. so the total value is 25%, 50%, 70% maximum. If you want to see the any of the column, you can easily get it out by using the describe. Okay, and the shape already you know that, and how many number of columns are there, so that's listed here. Right now we are going to find out the data quality check. To check your data, it is the here this data, there is no any missing values per column, there is no any missing values, there is no problem here. Okay, so this is a quality check. For example, here you see that in the all of the rows and columns which filled up. For if you maybe if you don't have the detail here, it will gives you that. Okay, first right now we saved it. Okay, now I'm going to run it again. Missing values per column, series and data types. Okay, no, I don't know why. So missing values per column, so there is no missing values are there. Okay, greater than or equal to 0. And nextly, duplicate values, to figure out any duplicate values available in your data set or not. If any two values are duplicate the same at all, that gives you the duplicate. So if any two rows are duplicated, it's not. Okay, they are going to consider to check it out the duplicate or not. Here why it gives you the 0 in a previously, they are here, this is a if is null dot sum. Okay, you are going to sum the entire column. If anything the total sum is 0, then only this is considered as a missing value as a total column. That's why it is not provide to you the result. Here there are no duplicate rows. And right now unique value in categorical columns. So now every single column to figure out the unique value for each. For example, unique sender domains, there are 8 sender domains are unique, and there are 8 subjects are unique in your entire data set. Remaining are not unique at all. Okay, nextly, so this is called as a data quality check. Okay, if you want to check it out your data quality, you have to use these commands. Code. Nextly, the target variable analysis. So right now to so this is a label count. If you will the entire label count okay, so how many number of legitimate email, and there are 60% of the legitimate email, and here this is for the total number of spam emails. Okay, the 0 in a label it which contains 0, that is defined that the legitimate email, and if it is contained 1, then it's considered as a spam email. So that's there are 60% of email or legitimate email, and there are 40% of email is a spam email. Okay, so this is your data, the spam versus legitimate email analysis. And cross tabulation to figure out it. Now cross tabulation, it gives you the same value, but here we are going to cross it to which contain money terms or not. Okay, which contain money terms or not. Okay, so in a labels and margins, okay, they are going to figure out it. This is the cross tabulation. So the values look like similar at all. Now we go with the Boolean filtering, filtering and selections. Boolean filtering in a single condition. First we go with the select all spam emails. Okay, so this is what to gives you to select all spam emails. Here the one which denotes to you that the spam emails. Okay, first we have to select all spam emails. Spam email. So there are nearly 3,995 spam emails are selected by you. Okay, right. Now we are going to define so the high reputation email, which means in this sender reputation score it more than 0.8, so that is considered as a high reputation email. Okay, so high high reputation. So how many emails? There are 2695 emails are high reputation email. Why? So the center reputation score is more than 0.8, which is already defined in our dataset. Okay. Nextly, the email sender during the night hours. Okay, how many emails are sent during the night hours? Okay, night. So okay, how many emails sent during the night hours? Okay, what is the criteria? So it should be 0 to 6 in between, so that is considered as a night hour email. So there are 2865 emails are night hours email. And the next, email with a suspicious link. Okay, if your email it which contain, how many emails have a suspicious link? So there are 4667 emails it which contain suspicious link. Has suspicious link, it is equal to 1, so this is it. Okay. Okay, for emails with many recipient, which means how many emails may have a many recipient. If any one of the email more than one recipient, so this is more than 20, they are considered. There are 3320 emails have comes to this conclusion. So next, multiple conditions. So here we just check only one condition at a time. Right now go with the multiple condition at a time. Okay, right now here multiple conditions to check. The spam suspicious. Okay, this is for to figure out the spam suspicious. What are the two conditions we involve here? We are going to involve the label column and the has suspicious column. So both two columns we are going to use an AND operator. So how many rows you have now? 1840 rows you have. And the next one, promotional. So this is about we are going to find out the contain money terms. Okay, it is considered as a promotional email. And the contain urgency terms, this is also considered as a promotional email. So here we are going to use the OR operator. So how many emails are used here? 6410 rows are contain this email, these values. And right now not condition. So the not condition, which means we are going to work with the label and has attachment. So how many emails have a attachment and how many labels have a zeros, which means that label 0, which means that is a legitimate email. Okay, so in the legitimate email, how many emails have a attachment 0? So that is our criteria. So we are going to figure out 1992 rows it which contain not legitimate emails without attachments. Okay, so this is it. So only 1992 emails. Next, we go with analysis the complex conditions, which means the big kind of spam with the low reputation. So here we are go with the three conditions. We are going to check three conditions at a time. Weekend spams. Okay, how many emails you have right now? Only 392. So here you are going to provide three conditions at a time. So the label should be 1, and is weekend should be 1, and the sender reputation score must be less than 0.5. so these are all considered as a weekend spam with the low reputation. So these are all the terms of it. And right now we are going to using isin function and between function in our code. First, so here this is a multiple specific sender domain. So this is about the multiple, how many sender domain it contain. Okay, here these are all the domains we are going to classify the suspicious domain. So the in our consideration, so we classified these three domains are suspicious domain. So right now we are going to work with how many emails it which contain these domain in our system. Okay, domain filter. So here these three domains, freemoney.biz, winbignow.ru, and so these three domains are suspicious domain in our consideration. You can add some more domains if you able to consider. So we have already the list of virus spam listed email, so we need to check it out, another one list. Okay, right. So in this data set there are three suspicious domains are there. Okay, there are 3006 rows which contain this suspicious domain mail. Okay, so you receive the mail from 3000. How many mails you receive? 3006 mails. And right now business hours. Okay, we are going to check it out, the business hours. How many emails you receive during the business hours? How many emails you receive during business hours? Okay, here you see that there are 3733 emails received during business hours. Okay, this is a email hour. This is a column name of the email hour. It in between. So then previously we have used isin function, but right now here this is a between function, 9 to 17. Okay, right. And a specific day. So here we are going to check it out, how many emails you receive in a particular specific. This is classified as a weekdays. Okay, the 0 means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So these are all the weekdays. Okay, how many emails you received during weekdays? Okay, so there are 7129 emails you received during weekdays. Okay, what is the what do you learn from this detail, which means that the spam emails is most probably received during weekdays. In a weekend you receive a minimum number of spam emails. Okay, that is you learn from this data set. And right now you are going to work with the string methods for text filtering. In a text filtering, right now, how many emails it which contain urgency term? For example, subjects contain a specific word, so you have to define that what kind of words is maybe available in your email. So these are all the words may contain, you may be considered those emails are spam emails. Okay, urgent subject. So here, how many emails have urgent subject? There are 2023 emails have a urgent subject. Okay, right. So right now go with the next one. Here this is for the emails from free email providers. Okay, what are the free email providers? Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, these are all the free email providers in from our data set. These three email providers, only the free email providers. Okay, so based on that how many emails you received as a domain of the free email providers. There are 4551 emails. Okay, most probably in a free email. So these kind of widely known email domain. So these are the widely known Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook domain. It may be the spam mobile, spam email, but it is not a suspicious. It may not contain virus sometimes. But so you have to know, you have to analyze the email content. That's very important. That. And the next one. So what are the subject? Here, this is a subject to start with emojis or specific characters. Here, what are the special subject it may contain in your subject of your mail. So this is a if you here in this term I defined that the emoji and exclamation mark and so these are all considered that the special subjects, okay, which it may be defined that the spam email. So there are 2974 emails have this special character in our mail subject, not the content. This is about subject. Okay, now we go with the LOC lock and iLock selection. The what is it? This is actually mean that here you see that this is actually gives you the top 5, okay, the subject, sender, domain and label for it. So the rows are 0 to 5 specific column. Okay, so the label based selection. So this is gives you the label based selection, top 5 of yours. Okay, and the next one, this is for specific this is actually gives you the subject of all spam emails. So here it is gives you the label. It is defined to you the one. It gives you the list of all spam email subjects. Okay, here it is so the email number 2, it is the subject of it. It is defined that this is a spam email. Okay, why it is it contain the word win. Okay, and it in a subject it which contain the special character, so icon. Okay, that's it. So we have to decide it. And the next one, it is to it is gives you the position based selection. You have to select the position based, the first 10 rows and the first 5 columns. You have to select your entire data set. So this is for to select the first 10 rows and first 5 columns. You are actually select to gives you the result. And the next one, here you are going to select another one. This is about to select all rows and the column at position 1, 3, 5. So you are going to select all rows, but you are going to gives you the position 1. Okay, how it works actually, 0, 0, 1, 2. Okay, here this is a 0, this is a 1. Okay, the 1 it is a subject, 3 it is a num words, 5 it is a num exclamation mark. Okay, here this is a 1, 2, 3, 3 is a num words, 4, 5, 5 is num exclamation mark. Okay, so that is it. Okay, if you want to have a list of particular column and particular rows only, This function helps you. And as here you are, if you want to select the specific rows in your entire data set, here you see that if you want to see the row number 100, row number 200, row number 300, this is helps you specific rows. Okay, you can see the specific rows and row number 100, row number 200, row number 300. Okay, this is it. Sometimes you need this kind of code. So next here you are going to work with the query method, just like a SQL like syntax. So this is for here we are going to define that high risk email, high risk. Okay, here it gives you the label equal to 1 and has suspicious link equal to 1. So this is actually the high risk email. So how many emails are high risk email? 1840. So this may be this 1840 emails, most probably the spam emails. Why? Because this is the label equal to 1 and has suspicious link equal to 1. So that is the reason. And the next one here, and right now we are going to query with the external variables. Okay, first right now we are going to set up the threshold 0.5. so the sender reputation, it is less than of your given threshold, that is considered as a low reputation. Okay, low reputation. So how many emails have a low reputation rate? 1389 emails have a low reputation. And next, complex query. So right now it is we are going to work with so this is a complex query. For example, here we are going to check number of words more than 20 and the number of links more than 5 and the label must be 1. So this is we are going to check 3 conditions here. So how many what is the answer here? There are 694 rows. It's an answer for you. Right now, grouping and aggregation. So we are going to grouping, work with the grouping and aggregation. So the group by spam label and calculate statistics. Okay, here the label so here this is a statistic. So here the number of words, number of characters, and sender reputation and number of links. So this is actually used in that. So we are going to figure out the mean value, maximum value for each of your given column. So the label, it's a 0 and the label 1. Okay, and next, group by the sender domain. This is the domain analysis. Okay, here we are going to analyze the every single domain. For example, here in this particular domain you receive 1028 email. Okay, so this is a mean value. This is useless in this case actually, but you need this kind of code for some other data analysis. For example, in this particular domain you receive 1004 emails. Unknown, so this is a list of it. For example, from outlook.com you receive 1466 emails. Okay, this is it. This is a group by sender domain. Now the named aggregation here. So here this is about the summary of everything. You see the summary of the name aggregations. Okay, for example, the average words, average character, average repetition, total emails, and the spam with link. So here this is the total number of count and the total emails and the average reputation. So for everything else. Okay, so here you see that this is a legitimate email, this is the spam email, so that's why this reputation is high. Okay, so you see that the spam emails number of characters are high. This is a legitimate email, it which contain only the for example, this legitimate emails have a low characters, which means that there is no unwanted characters are there. Okay, but in this time the spam emails have a more words. Okay, in a sorry, more characters. Okay, here this is the words, there are 20 words by average for every single spam email. So you just by what you get, what you learn from this data analysis, if your email have more words, it may be spam. Okay, so that is a general meaning we get it. General thing we learn it from this data set. And the next one, multi-level grouping. We are going to group into multi-level. We can, okay, so right now we are going to analyze group by label and weekend flag. Okay, the label is 0. If the label is 0 and the is weekend, how many mails you received in account. This is about average link, average recipient for each. Okay, and the group by domain label. So this is a spam. So this is actually group by domain label. For example, here the company.com. So you receive only the legitimate email, okay, from here. Okay, but in this email you receive all the mails are spam emails. From Gmail you receive only the legitimate email. In Outlook, from Outlook you receive only legitimate. So 1466 email you received, all these emails are legitimate email, so you didn't receive any spam email from this link. Okay, this is it. And the next one, so right now we are going to so the add column repetition relatively to the domain average. Okay, first df okay, for example, this is the reputation versus domain average. Okay, here these are all the average for each and every, we are going to calculate the reputation versus domain average. So based on that you can identify the given email is a spam or legitimate. Okay, here this is a word percent, how many words. Okay, for example, in the particular mail number 4, the word percent 0.6% of the percentile of the words. Okay, maybe you in a previous of in the previous term you learned that you which what kind of, if you receive many in your email, it may contain many words, may be possible as a spam. Okay, so that is what you learn from this. Okay, and the next one, above average. Okay, how many emails have a above average of your given uh, email with a above average link for there. So if you have a false, it is not above average. If it is a true, it is a above average, which means it is may be possible as a spam. So what, where, how many you receive, how many you give, how many rows here to consider as a true here, you the answer is a true, which means maybe it's a spam. Next, popular domains. So how many these are all the popular domains, which means that what are the which means at least if you receive mail more than 10 emails from the particular email, these are all considered as a popular domain. So all of your emails are received from the popular domain. And the next one, high spam domains. Okay, how many emails you receive from high spam domain? There are 3,995 mails you receive from high spam domains. Okay, this is the conditions you have. Okay, we are going to group by the sender domain, and we are going to figure out the label as a 1. Okay, so right now we go with the pivot tables in here. So here we are going to work with the pivot table as a hourly spam for every single weekend. So this is the email hours, and here this is spam or not, so that is listed there. And the next one, multi-domain, so multi-dimensional analysis. The multiple pivot. So here you see that so number of links, number of words. Okay, here this is a pivot table for each and every single one of the email domains. So here we are going to consider number of words, number of links, and based on the sender domain, so we called it. Okay, so right now we go with advanced analysis. In this case, we use the functions here. Okay, so this is for the create risk score based on the multiple factors. Okay, here, so if you have a risk, so we provide the risk score for each of your given row. For example, this is a risk score 2. Okay, for example, if you have a suspicious link and more than 3 links it contain in your given mail, and contain money terms, and contain urgency, and sender reputation, it is less than 5, and the number of recipient, it's greater than 20, so we consider this is a risk score. So we provide a risk score here. For example, 9,995th row, that item may be spam, so we consider this is a spam item. And next, reputation category here. Reputation category, so here we are going to, the reputation category must be high here. So if we have a high reputation category, that means that is a legitimate email. Okay, if you have a low category, that is a low or very low, it may be very low, it must be the spam. Low, you need to consider this is a spam email or not. And right now we go with the correlation. So this is the correlation. So number of words, number of characters, number of links. Okay, here the number we are going to correlate to each other. So this is a correlation factor, correlation matrix for numeric features. And here spam correlation. First go with the spam correlation. This is for the spam correlation, and this is for the legitimate correlation. So the legitimate email ID, okay, here this is the correlation factors of it. And time-based analysis. Next go with the time-based analysis. So here this is a hourly activity for the total emails you receive from based on a time and a spam count, spam rate. This is a time based analysis of your from given data set. And the weekend and versus weekday weekday patterns. Right now we are going to figure out the weekend weekday patterns. Okay, so here how many number of emails you receive in a weekend and a weekdays. Okay, for example, in a 0, which means Monday, in a Monday you receive label 0, it is a 813 email, and label 1, that is a 607 emails. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so this is it. So I hope you understood this. Okay, here I gave you more and more stuff here. So many of these Python codes is not useful for this particular concept, but these codes may be useful in some other data analysis purpose. Okay, here, so in this case you have a cleaned data set. So in the cleaned data set and a trained data set, what is mean by trained data set? Actually, what is the original data set? These 3 columns actually the original data set. Remaining are created, okay, which means trained. Okay, we got the information from your given data. So that is called as a trained data set. So here this is a trained data set, trained and cleaned data set. Okay, clean data set, which means there is no error detail, there is no duplication, there is no dump value available in here. Okay, so so this is for only the purpose of data analysis. Okay, in the next practice I will give it to you the untrained data set. Okay, we will first initially we need to train the given data set. After then we go with the analysis. Okay, so I hope you understood this. If you have any questions or any doubt, you can ask me. I will help you. Okay, bye, see you.